One of the most asked questions that I get is, how are you finding these cash flowing properties that you're turning into co-living? I want you to follow along. I'm going to show you exactly what I do to find cash flowing co-living properties, and I want you to steal this method so you can do it too. All right, let's go. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. I'm Alex Barnett. I'm an affordable housing investor. We flip mobile homes out here in Southern California, as well as buy co-living rent by the room properties nationwide. So let's go ahead and dive right into how I find these cash flowing creative deals. So first, let's go ahead and jump on into the computer, and we're going to open up 4 tabs. So we're going to open up Facebook. Yes, Facebook. It's not just for boomers anymore. A lot of real estate investors are on here. We are also, let's go to one of my favorite groups, Creative Finance with Pace Morby, because really what you're looking for is a creative deal. So where you can take over somebody's loan or seller finance. That way you can scale your business and hopefully find an interest rate that is exciting. We're also going to open up Pad Split. We're going to use this for data on certain areas. So they're almost like the Airbnb of rent by the room, and they have all the data for all these spots right here. So that's what we're going to use to look for how much rooms are renting for, which is an important part of the equation. We're also going to open up PropStream. PropStream we're going to use to get comps. We're going to use to get mortgage information. And then lastly, let's open up our handy dandy calculator created by the one and only Michael Manatsakanian. And I'm in his mentorship. He is all about becoming financially free through buy and hold real estate, which is exactly what I'm focusing on this year. So let's go ahead and start. So this is great. This is so fun. So every day I get up, I get my cup of coffee right here, and I just go shopping. So we're going to look for deals. And I'm telling you guys, there's deals everywhere. Look at this. Okay. This is Port Charlotte, Florida. We have less than 10% entry. Love that. No HOA. Now that's for me. That's a hard and fast no if they have an HOA. So less than 10% entry, no HOA, no rental restriction, no balloon, low interest. We're loving that. Interest rate is 3.5. So let's say you just live in Port Charlotte and you're looking for a house to buy. You can get into this relatively cheap, entry-free, $22K. You're living in this house. Bada bing, bada boom. That is nice. Now let's take a look and see if Port Charlotte is in Pad Split. So you just put that in, Port Charlotte, around the Fort Myers area. Let's see if any pops up. Okay, so they have 3 active units and 28 upcoming units. So this is a new market. This could be excellent to try and break into right here. Fort Myers. Let's go ahead and underwrite this one. This could be a good one. Let's check it out. He lays it out right here. PITI has a lot of decent information. Another big thing that we're going to be looking at is it's a 3-2. We don't know the square footage. He didn't include that, but let's open up our 2, 3, 4, 5th tab. Just pop it over Zilly just to get some basic information on the house. Oh, okay. So it's pretty small. It's a 1,300 square foot property. That's going to be tough to add any extra rooms in here, but let's take a look. Maybe it's possible. Maybe we could fit 2 more rooms in here. Oh, those are the only pictures. Yes. I mean, it looks decently turnkey. Maybe you can turn the garage into rooms. Let's just do it anyway. Normally, I'm looking for a 1,700 square foot property, but let's just go ahead and jump right into the underwriting. So pop into our calculator, just name it the address, put the address here. Just what's the square footage was 1317. It's relatively turnkey, which is nice. Oops. 1317. Okay. Now let's come over to our purchase price. Let's see if he's got any information on that. Not really. So purchase price is usually the remaining principal plus what your entry fee is, and we don't know if that's going to the wholesaler and the agent. We don't know who's involved, but that's okay. We're not gonna freak out. We are just going to put in what we have and see if this is even a possible deal. Plus 22. I'm just showing you guys my process that I want you to steal so you can start finding these cash flowing properties. Okay, so the sub 2 loan takeover is 7 at 3.5, I believe he said 3.5. So now we're entering in the original loan terms, or that's actually what we're taking over. The sub 2 loan that we're taking over is 297. There we go. And let's find out how this originated, so then we can get the amortization of this specific loan. So when did they buy it? 3 years ago. Not a ton of equity. FHA. Okay. Says 2.8. Oh my gosh, people were getting FHA loans at 2.8. That is amazing. So loan amount 309. I'm gonna put this original loan information in here, and when they bought it, 10/08/2021. Okay, let's go back over to the post, see if he has any other information for us. PITI 2630. That's exactly what we need. That helps us a ton. So your PI, your principal and interest, is going to be somewhere around 1388. So we got the PI. That means the TI. Haha, TI. Whatever happened to him? Let's do 2630, because that's our total payment. We just want to break it down to be as specific as possible, minus this guy. So that gives us 1241. Now let's go ahead and find our property taxes. Another little site at smartasset.com. Put in the zip code and then the purchase price. Port Charlotte, somewhere around 310. Just an estimation right now. 2787 annually. So 232. They probably have PMI as well. So, and then insurance, we can look up our insurance right here. Let's go over to data and research. This is exactly what I do. Just steal this exact underwriting process and you will see and be able to find deals. And stick around to the end, because I'm going to show you if the deal doesn't work, right off the bat, that's okay. Because I have a little tip for you that you can go back and talk to the person that has it and see if you can get a better deal. So where are we at? Port Charlotte. We're just looking at the basic rundown of insurance. Okay, they don't have anything, but let's go ahead and put maybe 150. So the taxes equal they probably have PMI. That's private mortgage and property mortgage insurance. So the taxes equals 232. It's going to be this minus 232,000, and then insurance is going to be probably this minus 150, and then they may have $900 in 859. 859. Let's put that in there. Okay. We'll get all that information. Okay, let's run it as a long term. Let's see how she stands up as a long term. Rent a meter. So now we're going to enter the address again. And then just put in exactly the home's characteristics. It's a 3-2 check rents. Somewhere around 2,300. So we know we're not going to be cash flowing as a long term because, you know, water and sewer, gas and electric, you know, all those. You're probably not going to be paying water and sewer. Maybe you're paying water and sewer if you're renting. Gas and electric, you probably won't pay. Garbage, you may pay. So let's go ahead and find those just to put them in there. There's no HOA, which is good. And then let's put 2,200 for the current rents. So we already know right off the bat that we're not going to be cash flowing. We're going to be negative $1,000 with our property management, reserves, vacancy, capex. It's going to be pretty tough. So let's go here. We're paying 22. There's probably no agent commission. I'm doing my entry costs. This is everything it's going to cost you to get into the deal. Closing costs, leave that. Rehab, furnishing. We're just going to put, because we know it's 22 for the entries. And then we're going to have carrying costs because it's going to take a little bit to get you up and running. So don't forget that. Okay. Now, let's do the rest of these utilities. So I made a little Chat GPT widget. I made a little GPT. And all you got to do is come into here. I can give you guys the link if you want the link. Comment GPT down below this video and I will give you the link to this. Okay, so find me the following utilities for a 12, let's just say 1,300 square foot house in the zip code 33953. And then I'm going to give them which utilities I want. And all I'm going to do is copy and paste. Let's put internet in here too, because we're going to run this as a long-term co-living property. But I just like to see how much it would be for, you know, if you were running it as a long-term. Okay, so electricity, let's just say 250. Water and sewer is about 80 bucks. Water, sewer, 80. 250. Garbage, let's put 25. No, let's just put 40. We're gonna go conservative. You know, it's better you got a cash cow than you underwrite it. Okay, landscaping, most likely 100 bones. Internets, 60. Okay, that's all relatively good. Okay, so let's take a look. It spits out some numbers here. Now we're negative 1,500. Not good. And cash on cash is negative 44. Bad. Very bad. Stay away from that for the long term. Most likely why it's available for such a low entry. But let's see if we can make this cash flow, adding 3 more bedrooms. So 4, 2 private. No, it's probably going to have 1 private bathroom, 5 shared. And then we're going to go back over to pad split and you're going to put 208 and 289. Those are decent for the week. 208 for 289. 208. So you're going to be making, if you were doing this by yourself, maybe it would make sense. You would need to do total entry cost would be 70 grand because you're going to put 3 more rooms in there. You're going to furnish them, and then you're going to rent them out by the room. You're going to cover all the utilities, landscaping, and internet. With pad split, you're going to split around 12%. You're going to have another property manager so you don't have to blow your brains out running it. And then you have your vacancy, which maybe you could bring that down. Maybe you, I don't know, you could bring it down to 5%. And then your CapEx, you're saving around 10% in case anything big, happens. Or you can put this in as your entry fee and then not have your CapEx. But we're pretty far off. We want to make at least $1,000 a month because we're splitting it with private money partners. So we're bringing a partner in on each co-living property, and then we want to be making $500 each, especially in the beginning, and then it builds up over time. Cash on cash return is 11%. So, you could see where we're far off, or a little bit off from this 15%. So it's not a deal. Now let's imagine it was a bigger property. 5 bedrooms. Let's add 5 bedrooms to the already 3. Now we have 8. Now, if we put 8 bedrooms, there's no way we're adding 5 bedrooms into this property. But I just want you guys to see. Now we're making $2,000 cash flow on top of all the expenses paid out, plus the cash on cash return is 26%. Maybe we can even hit it. Let's do 4 bedrooms. Still good. 20% cash on cash return. Now, let me show you really quick. When we bring our partners in, this is exactly how we split it. Well, we're doing 50-50 right now. 50-50. We're running everything. You bring the capital. We find the deals. But if you want to do this in the future and you want to get your own partners, then you can do this as well. So we got, let's see here, 50-50. This is for a private money partner. The cash flow is, the partner's going to be making, almost $8,000 a year. And then their cash on cash return just from the cash flow is around 9.9%. And then if we want to get that up a little bit, we can do a preferred return, get your cash on cash return a little bit higher. Your cash on investment, when you're talking about appreciation, interest pay down, depreciation, that's 26%. And it just goes bonkers even as the years go on. And that's really what you want to be doing. You want to be looking at this as at least a 5-year hold. So that's exactly what I do. You just rinse and repeat this process. This one didn't necessarily work, so we're going to go back to Facebook. And look, low entry fee, huge potential. This one's a bigger house. The Ville is back. Not sure what that means. Sure. Okay. So just keep going. Not all of them are going to have all the information. Like this guy nailed it. This is everything. He even broke it down. Property, taxes, and insurance. One thing that killed this last deal that we just looked at was the PMI, the property mortgage insurance. Because it's FHA, they put very little down, which means that they have an extra payment until it reaches about 20% equity. Then you can talk to the person about getting that removed. Let's see. HOA. This one's a new build, which is great. So there's not going to be a lot of stuff to do. Look at that. It's pretty nice, actually. Look at that. Look at that. Pretty nice. You just, you got to look at your surroundings. This looks like it's in a neighborhood most likely has an HOA. San Antonio, HOA. No, we stay away from all that. But anyway, you get the idea. So let's stop there. Because I want you guys to just take that process and you do it your own. Just get up every morning or before you go to bed and take a look at these properties. Just go shopping, look for it. You find something that works, you can bring it to myself and, you know, we can partner on a deal if you find something that works out. If you guys need the calculator, I can hook you up with Michael and get you into the group. That way you have that calculator, or I think he sells it as well. Just get good at underwriting, and then finding the deals and then finding the money actually becomes a lot easier. But here's one thing that I want to leave you guys with as sort of a tip. So there's a few options that you have when you get the deal. Either you can, let's say you find one that works, or maybe it doesn't work for you. You can find a buyer. You know, maybe you know someone in your network that's looking for something that fits their buy box, doesn't fit yours. So you can pass that along to them and get a fee, or you can renegotiate with the wholesaler. And I just encourage you to start building that skill set of going back to them and saying, hey, this doesn't work for me, but if you got the entry fee lower, that would work. Or let's say there's a seller finance payment. If you got that lower, that works for my numbers. I'm ready to move. So that could all be an option as well. Go back, renegotiate. Real estate's all about negotiating. If you guys like these kind of videos, please let me know. Comment down below. I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about my process? Is there a more efficient way for me to do this? I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you're interested in partnering, again, email me or DM me on Instagram. I'll see you guys on the next one.